Welcome back to Star Atlas TV. Today we have a special episode about the Supernova Racing League. Hey guys,
Hey,
welcome
Hey,
Carlos,
how's it
welcome
going?
CryptoSonic. Nice to meet you guys. Finally on screen with camera, very cool. I really appreciate
Yes,
it and
thank you for
like
having us.
yeah, no,
absolutely.
I have to thank you guys. And yeah, we want to talk about the Supernova Racing League, you the guys behind it, and like yeah, let's jump right into it. So, how did it happen? Like who the guys who started it and who's behind the thing?
Yeah, I'll give
So
you a little background. So, it's currently kind of like a deep profits project, but the whole intention behind it is to kind of expand and bring all the guilds together and kind of form a community around racing. So it's not going to be just deep profits, but it was started by deep profits and myself and Carlos. I guess the very beginning of Supernova Racing, the original idea was just to create a racing team for deep profits, and then it just caught on, and we kind of expanded into this whole idea of creating a league. And we currently have 23 teams, 24 teams, and yeah, it's been great. So I guess the people behind Supernova Racing is myself, Drum Carlos, Foul AC, Zeldin, Kriggs. We have pretty much a lot of Deep Profits members at the moment. But as I mentioned, we're looking to kind of have this as a collaborative effort by all guilds eventually and just kind of go from there. So, yeah.
very cool, very cool. I first heard about it from Benny, like from the Heimdall. The Viking he showed, hey, there's some guys, they're making a racing league. And I was like, what racing league? I want to know, I want to race and blah, blah, blah. And then I went to your Discord, so, and then next days you came out with it. And I saw all the guilds already signed up there and everybody getting their own badges. And so I'm really, really interested in the whole story. And everybody I talk to, I tell them, hey, there's something going on with the racing league and we have to find out what it is. And so, yeah, that's also the reason why I made this interview to get to know more about it. So, yeah,
Awesome.
maybe you can elaborate, like, what's the plan? Like, yeah, what kinds of events do you plan? Like, or is it only for Star Atlas, or do you want to do some other games maybe in the meantime?
Yeah, the vision is to create a league and have a structure. By the time that the Star Atlas component of Unreal Engine 5 Racing comes out, which we believe should be one of the first components out because of its simplicity. Once they model a few ships, especially the racing ships, and they start creating something within the Unreal Engine 5 Star Atlas metaverse, we figure a racetrack is one of the easiest things you can do, compared to the whole vision of the game. So, CryptoSonic came up with this idea, a very pro concept of the racing team, right? And he came up with these racing patches that look amazing. And then he started reaching out. He has really good contacts with other guilds, and he started creating some of these patches for other guilds. And we thought, like, let's build a league. Instead of making a team, let's make a league. And we all know that there's going to be a few dead months right now where there's a bunch of stuff in the game in development, but there's nothing coming out really soon. So it's a great time to get everyone together and instructors. So we figured while we wait for the component, the real component within Star Atlas, we can get all together, create some rules, and most of the guilds have already some form of race. Like I've seen many guilds. Like I know Bulk has been coordinating some
Yeah.
Star Atlas sponsor theme Elite Dangerous races.
Yeah,
I
shout
know
out to
Chimera is,
Hard S. Yeah, Hard S. He's
yeah.
always telling me about it, and they plan something for April. Maybe, maybe you guys can get together somehow, and maybe
Well, that's
already.
that's the idea.
Yeah,
Now we're all in the same server. We all have the same vision, and you can just reach out to 23 other teams that are already set around you, and you can expand on these things. I know Chimera is doing some Star Citizen races as well.
cool, cool,
So
cool.
being all together, it should be a great opportunity to start. We gotta start having meetings and brainstormings and see how we can do a ranking system before the game comes out. but there's a lot of possibilities. We can even jump in racing games like
Yeah.
Forza or stuff like that.
Exactly, like the community, all the guilds, they have problems at the moment because there's no real content. I mean, they do all their stuff, the NFT, their own tokens, but in the end, like, okay, some try to create some matches, like playing some other games, like some FPS or maybe even racing games, but it would be cool, like, to get the first real competition between all the guilds. It's very interesting. The other thing I wanted to talk about, like 2 or 3 town halls ago, Swagner teased like 2 extra modules beside the showroom. So we all speculated maybe it's one of these is the racing module, and now, yeah, let's fingers crossed. And like,
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
I think something like this, like the Supernova Racing would be really cool to put some pressure also maybe towards the dev team to, like, they see, oh man, there's like so many guilds and they want to race, so maybe they can put some extra resources in and give us the module. Maybe that would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting topic because I mean we kind of felt like racing is kind of like this kind of forgotten aspect of the game in many ways, right? Up until now, obviously, because we're kind of building this community. But we have racing specific ships, and even in the economic paper they talk about activities revolving around racing. So everybody always talked about fighting ships and all this stuff, but no one really kind of chimed in on the racing. So the whole intention is to kind of build that community and get more individuals involved that want to race, for example, right? So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and these
Yeah.
racing ships are normally entry-level ships that everyone. Once we're in a racetrack, it doesn't matter if you're a whale or I live in a poor country. It's your ship against my ship. They're both X4s, for
Exactly.
example, or whatever,
X4
and
bikes and Opel
it's a
jets.
very good entry point where everyone that is interested in the game can have a chance, a shot.
Actually, when we're talking about the entry point, what are the requirements? Like, how if I have a guild or I have a few people maybe, and we want to build some racing gang or something, how do we join the racing league? Like, is there any requirements, or
I
how
mean,
would I
it's not.
do
We
that?
don't really have anything on paper with set requirements, but we do
Mhm.
prefer, having like more of an established community behind you, like a guild or something, right? Because we don't want to overwhelm our league with individual teams, like with
Mhm.
solo individuals that want to race. Not to say that that's not allowed. Obviously, it's great. We encourage it, but when it comes to forming a team, we prefer to have some sort of larger community behind them as well. So
Oh,
like a guild, for example, or even a bunch of friends that want to form a team. Maybe if you're not part of a guild, maybe you can gather some of your friends and let's say you have 5 friends that want to form a team. Feel free to reach out to us. Like we're completely open to discussing bringing you on board. The whole thing is just obviously it's a league and we're creating these patches. If we just say that one person can join, we don't want to overbear or
yeah.
overwhelm the league with hundreds of teams essentially.
Yeah, but that's cool. Like, I also like the guild thing, because it gives some management behind it, and all the like break. And is
Yeah.
there a starting fee or something planned? Like let's say we make a race, or is it enough to have a Opel jet, or how you
Right
plan
now, we haven't
prize
gotten that
pools?
far.
Hmm?
We have been careful not to plan too much ahead because we
Okay,
want the community to create all the rules. I can see how in the future we can have a small fee, so that way all those fees gathered would be the price, so no one has
exactly.
to actually sponsor it. But if we have someone to sponsor it, then we don't need the fees. But yeah, right now it's been a community driven effort and not an economic driven effort. We
Yeah.
see the possibilities in the future, but I think it's too early to ask people to pay for fees right now.
For
Maybe
sure.
I have just an idea. Maybe we can set up a brew with Cesk and get all the teams in and then discuss it, and maybe some ideas to get together, and then, like, for example, it would be cool. Like we cannot wait that long. We don't know when the racing module comes, so maybe we can find a game we all agree to play together or something like that, and set up the first race or something. Because I'm starving
Absolutely.
to do
Yeah,
any. So that would be really cool. Like maybe we
I think
can.
that's going to be our next step is once we have all these patches kind of organized, what we're trying to do is we're kind of trying to set that foundation so we have all the teams made up, and we have some sort of structure behind the actual formation of these teams. Once we have all that, we want to, like, I'm already exploring different, gaming platforms, and we definitely want to bring that to the table and encourage everybody to provide us with ideas, right? But yeah, that's definitely the intention, is to form some sort of tournaments on other gaming platforms while we wait, because I mean we have at least another
Mm,
couple years, a year before anything comes out that could be remotely related to racing within Star Atlas. So we have a lot of time, and we definitely want to keep that community engagement going, and I think that it's definitely something that we're looking into, is exploring the option of running tournaments on different gaming platforms. So yeah, if
okay.
any guild members that are a part of the Supernova Racing have any ideas, feel free to drop them in
Yeah.
the channel, and we can
There,
talk about it.
there is a lot of opportunities out there. Like I see already lot of people playing different kind of games. Like the biggest problem is probably the multiplayer part. Like set up brackets or something. I mean, we could even do a time trial type of thing, but I think it's possible
That's true.
to
Yeah.
even maybe create our own racing module or Supernova Racing League module, because I saw other developers doing some racing games in like a short time span. And even the coexistent guys, Lumina, and they have some experience, and he was saying something like they maybe could expand and make a racer module or something. So something like that would be
Yeah,
really
we're
cool. Like,
definitely in talks with Lumina, and obviously, he has a lot on his plate right now. So, we're exploring the option of potentially eventually, having some sort of racing concept within his game, but it's all very speculative at this point,
uh,
very early. So,
yeah.
eventually maybe,
E-
but
Even
for now we're kind of, yeah,
like even with all the manpower we have, like all if you say 23 guilds already behind this, and like imagine like we could take over some small crypto project, like if we like if somebody's developing and blockchain racing game multiplayer, we could go there and
exactly.
like we own them because it's just too many of us, something like that also possible. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
And
things.
that,
yeah,
that that's a big part of the initiative, that we have so much talent within the community, that having so many different teams together in the same server for a very specific goal, it should be easy to start, getting all this talent to start, like someone volunteering to develop the web page for it, someone with some experience with, brackets and scoring systems, and um, there's so much talent there that we want to start having those conversations soon. We are just getting settled right now, and then we're going to start those conversations to see what comes up.
It's really
absolutely.
nice you started all this thing, because now if you get some organization behind it, it's easier like to pull all the strings and create something out of it. That's really nice initiative you did there. Yeah,
We even have one of the ship designers inside the server, and she's paying, Sarah McCullough is her name,
Yeah,
crypto.
yeah,
And
Sarah.
she's super excited, super interested, and it's good because the Star Atlas team itself has a little window within, the community, and seeing
sure.
the work. Because
I mean,
sometimes they don't, we there's a lot of stuff happening in the community, and I don't think everything necessarily gets to everyone in the Star Atlas team. And this is great for them to get exposure to all these initiatives and
sure.
start seeing the interaction of the guilds.
And I tell you, Santi would be very pleased if you can make something happen. He will give you some ships probably or some prizes, and then it's gonna be really interesting because a lot of people want to compete in this. Like, yeah, lots of opportunities in this. Let me just check my list. I made some list with questions, but yeah, we went to most of them, I guess. Yeah, requirements. We did tiers tournaments. So it's the beginning. Like you still have to like fine tune everything, I guess. So yeah,
Yeah, the only thing we have thought that we might start trying to make like 3 different divisions based on geographic
yeah,
location because of
that's a
time
good
zone.
time zone and
So
also
maybe
pings.
maybe do one bracket for the Americas, one bracket for Europe, Africa, and one bracket for Asia, Australia,
And
and that way we can do some small tournaments in those areas, and then we can face winners or something like that, because it
that
will
would
be easier to organize that this
really
way
cool.
than trying to have everyone to compete at the same time.
And maybe even a league type of thing. And then the grand final, we make a big LAN somewhere, and we all meet over there, and like everybody's meeting, and we have a LAN tournament with all the qualified
That'd
teams.
be cool.
That would be really cool.
That
Like
would be
Yeah.
cool.
that would be really cool.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
there's so many different ways that we can go about this, and we have so much time that we definitely see this growing, and definitely we're
It's
excited to get everybody on board.
I had some theo crafting about you guys, and then I thought like it's probably something if you look at the esports scene, like ESL and Face It, you could make this a real big thing in the future, like competitive racing in Startlers, and you got it all under your umbrella, and like all the teams have their, yeah, it's cool, like it's so a lot of opportunities, and yeah,
For sure. Lots of opportunities and lots of opportunities for guilds to jump on board still, right?
for
So if
sure,
you're a guild out there and you're listening to this and you're not part of it, feel free to reach out to us
yeah.
because we'd love to have you and encourage everybody to join. So
Exactly, exactly. The guilds need content, and like a racing team, it's very prestigious, and I can't wait to have finally to see the race, because then it's gonna be
yeah,
really cool, like competition, we want competition. Nice.
absolutely. And the nice thing about racing is that it's friendly competition too, right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
you
this
can
is
yeah.
have some
friendly rivalry.
friendly
I mean,
rivalries
I mean,
and
I'm
it's good.
down personally. I'm down for death race also, like with
Yes,
Chloe.
I am too.
No problem with that. But you're right. Many people more like friendly.
And
So
Phoebe, you were telling me the other day that you guys were ready to stream this stuff with different
yeah,
cameras and
for
points of
sure, for
view.
sure. We make a test run with the bulk guys. I hope. Yeah, everything works, and then we can have multiple cameras, multiple
Nice.
angles, views. Like I think we don't get Formula One production, but we can try, to
Not
make
yet.
it really cool, like just like to make it interesting to watch as well. And for sure, if we would throw something into your prize pool as well, like to make it more exciting, that
That's awesome.
probably
Yeah, no,
probably
for sure.
probably we gonna help you in every way we can with this for sure. It's the best content we could ever imagine to get, so yeah,
Yeah,
I
no, we
for
really
sure.
appreciate it and we
uh,
appreciate your sponsorship, and
uh,
getting our name out. So it's
yeah,
awesome. We'll
no,
support you in any way we can too.
no problem with that.
Absolutely.
Cool. And there's
We'll get
probably a lot of
we'll
other, don't forget about all the other content creators. They even have
of course.
probably their own teams in there, And I'm thinking about I must join some guild and get a place because I want to race as well, Yeah, I
Yeah.
love to.
Oh yeah, if you want to race, feel free to
Uh,
we'll get you. You're a
I
sponsor, but we'll get
yeah,
you us
just
in the car.
Set you up.
for sure I need some other people helping me with the live cams. I want the cockpit view and and jump around from one racer to another. That would be so cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also a lot of
that's really cool.
opportunities. Yeah. Cool guys. I think we talked about the most important things, and we always can do another interview, and probably the first tournament, like if you guys manage to organize something, and yeah, then we do another
Absolutely.
interview about that as well. And yeah, I think I'm out of questions. I probably forgot some, but it was really cool talking to you guys, and I wish you all the best to succeed with this. And yeah, you want to add anything? Like,
Let's
go on.
see. Crypto?
Yeah, I don't know. Just a big shout out to everybody that's helping out with this, from Deep and obviously, all of our sponsors that are helping, promote it and everything. So, yeah, man, it's really nice, and thank you so much for having us on the show. It's
It's,
been a pleasure. So,
And if any of you watching this is interested in being part of the Supernova League, Racing League team, reach out to your leaders that they
and
probably have already a team within, and volunteer yourself. We need to expand this team, and we want it to be composed of people from every guild. So
Yeah.
we're
I
there,
try to
and
add all your guys' Discord addresses and your Twitter, maybe if you have to Twitter already, and
absolutely.
website. All the links I put below the video, and then everybody
Sounds
can
great.
join you guys and talk to you
I
guys.
guess
And
I'll do one more little quick thing is just we have until I think April 16th. We
uh-huh.
have we're encouraging everybody, not just the guilds, but everybody that has any experience in logo design. We're kind of rebranding the initial logo of Supernova Racing. As I mentioned earlier in the call, the initial concept was for to be Deep Profits team. That's why it has the Deep Profits logo in the middle of it, but we're rebranding it to encompass the whole community. So if anybody has any logo design experience, feel free to come up with a concept, send it over to us. We have kind of like, it's not really a competition, but it's kind of
I
like an open, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I saw it in your Discord. There's a
Yeah.
thread, and they can post stuff there. Yeah,
Yeah, you
everybody.
can send over any kind of
I
concepts.
already know somebody. I can tell Sprite von Pixel, the Mimi master of the Discord server. He is good in this kind of stuff. I tell him
Yeah,
to
that's awesome.
join
We
the
already have
company.
we have five, I think five or six logo concepts made up, and then once we have all of them gathered, they're really great. We're really impressed with everybody's concepts, and we really thank everybody that's contributed so far. But once we have all of them, we're gonna post probably like a Twitter like a poll, and then we're gonna have an internal poll to kind of get the community engaged and
Customers.
pick the future logo of Supernova. So yeah, we encourage everybody to get on board, and even if it's just a design on a piece of paper at this point, it's totally fine. We can all work together on this one. So
Cool. Yeah, everybody with experience in that kind of stuff, like creating graphics and logos, go to the
totally
Discord, post your stuff there, or contact them, and yeah. Cool, guys. I think that's it, huh? Just wrap it up here, and then I see you next time.
perfect.
Pretty soon,
You know where to
hopefully.
find us.
Yeah. And should we contact Sask next brew is about the Supernova Racing, and like everybody in there joining us, or you plan something else? Like yeah, maybe I can live stream even if we have like a few guys from all the guilds in there. It's like we just can do it on our own, probably, or whatever you want. We stay in
Totally.
contact. Good.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
get in touch. Yeah, we'll definitely organize we definitely want to organize a big group meeting with all the guilds. Obviously, it's tough because there's so many and there's so many different
Yeah.
times and everyone's always busy. But we definitely want to organize some sort of meeting where we can kind of talk about and hash things out. So yeah, we can
And
definitely
we may
discuss that.
do 2 or 3 meetings at different times, and then we'll
Yeah.
get the highlights
It's
of each meeting, and then
it's difficult. Yeah. It's difficult, but yeah, you guys do
We
it.
will.
Like yeah, very
Yeah.
nice, very nice. All the best, and yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.
Thank you so
bye
much.
bye bye.